So who all am I? So I could have introduced myself as Shreyans Mandari, I'm an entrepreneur, but on purpose I wrote so many things on the screen. You know, I'm an educator, an athlete, husband, parent, golfer, ornithologist, entrepreneur, and of course a student for life. And one thing leads to other. So when I was an ornithologist, ornithology is basically study of wildlife birds. So I used to trek a lot, and that trekking actually helped build my stamina. And with that stamina, I was able to do well at athletics. And being an athlete, I was able to figure out the idea of green sole. So green sole is basically, recycling of shoes which we discard. So you can see how one thing has led to the other. I'm not making up a story, but I'm sharing how ornithologist, being an ornithologist helped an athlete helped a entrepreneur. And suppose you're not doing so well as an entrepreneur, there's a certain phase in your life. What do you do then? So it's important that you have multiple associations. You identify yourself as multiple things. You know, someone today introduced someone as a painter. I think this is really good. One should have an identity beyond work. So this is what I want to share with all the students sitting here. So I live on an island almost, and the point I want to share is that your upbringings are very unique to you. Some of you may have an army background. One of you may be in Bangalore or maybe close to someone in IT. Your parents may be abroad. So all of you have very unique upbringings. So if we see Satya Nadella, if we see Sundar Pichai, they had certain upbringings which helped them become who they are. So you must be confident from where you come, and you must identify why you were placed in that place and what are the unique attributes that you can get in your life. So this is my family. My wife Pragya Bhandari, she is a CA and lawyer, and she's the one handling the school, while I'm traveling, working on my startup. And it is because of the support of the family that I'm able to do so much. My parents, who allowed me to take up a startup so early in the life and so on. And my 2-year-old son, Mahir Bhandari. So Mahir and I are learning to play golf together. And you never know, after a successful stint as an entrepreneur, I could become a professional golfer also. So I always keep my options open. And you live your life, whatever life throws at you, you give your best and you keep moving forward. So this is where I studied. I studied at Babson College in US, and this is how Babson looks like for most of the year, almost covered in snow. And I want to put up a point that a lot of people make reaching college as a goal. Suppose your goal is reaching Harvard, but Harvard also will not ensure success for you. Today people are unemployed after going to Harvard, after going to IIT, because education gives you toolkits. If you are educated, you know a certain, 10 people, you know their ideas and so on. But education cannot ensure that you're successful in life. So wherever you are being educated, make sure you have that is your base. Education can give you a base, but you have to build your own, multi-story or hospital, whatever you want on it. So this is what education is, as per me. It widens your perspective. Next slide. So what all do I do? So what you see on the screen are happy faces. The children are holding bags and wearing slippers. So these are special bags. The bags are made from the clothes, that we all wear, denims, apparel. So what our Green Soul Foundation does is we collect these apparel and shoes and we convert them into bags like these, what you see on the screen. You can see shoelaces also, which are straps of the bag. So this is our initiative where we are converting shoes and apparel into usable kits. And I'm happy that today we have 1 million such beneficiaries, 10 lakh beneficiaries. What you see on the screen, there are 10 lakh of them. And we have prevented 10 lakh shoes from going to landfills. So this is the initiative that I've taken up. We are today supported by the World Bank, the biggest organizations in India are supporting this initiative. And this initiative is under our foundation, the work I'm doing. And it all started with this idea, water waste. You can see the shoe waste, and I also saw this waste, and as an athlete, I could relate to it. That why are we throwing away shoes? What happens to shoes? Do they disintegrate? No, they don't. They are non-biodegradable. So the shoes are lying in landfill, and on the other hand, you have so many people in need who could have had that pair of footwear. And this is what Green Soul Foundation does. We prevent shoes from going to landfill, and we give it to people who require those kind of footwear. So I think, and I was only 19 years old when I thought about this idea. So, you need to challenge assumptions. Today we all see mineral water, but someone would have challenged the assumption that water can also be sold. Then they challenged it, and today we see it as a common phenomena. Someone would have challenged the assumption that, light bulbs, all of these are because we have challenged assumptions. So always challenge the things which are existing, challenge the status quo. So my journey was about impact, and we were happy. By the age of 25, I was in the Forbes Asia 30 under 30 list. And at Green Soul, we are not just doing the work at the foundation, we have two other initiatives. So we have a retail vertical. What we are doing in retail, we are making sneakers. So sneakers, footwear, shoes, and these shoes are made, like they're designed in Europe, but made in India. And they're using materials like coffee dust, shoe dust, are patented material in the form of sneakers. So we are getting game-changing sneakers to the market. Another initiative that I have is of granules. So if you go to the next slide. So what we do is, when we take a shoe, we upcycle it into a pair of slipper, but we are not using 100% of the shoe. With the leftovers of the shoe parts, we are crushing them into granules, and that granule is becoming material. Like, a carpet that I'm standing today, it could be made out of shoe dust that Green Soul is making. So there's an endless application. Today, I'm in the footwear segment. I'm making sock liners, soles for some of the biggest companies like Adidas. Tomorrow, I could be making gym mats, gym floorings, maybe the flooring that we see here, or the cushion covers. Everything could be made in our material. So this is how Green Soul is finding scalability. And I'm in that phase of my life where I'm into, scaling up my venture. First is ideation, then you test your idea, then you prototype your idea, then you make a product out of it, and then you see a product market fit, and then you're successful. And you have to keep doing it again and again till you get it right. There's no easy way out. There's no business or there's no idea without a product market fit. So this is, I'm in the scale up stage now where we are spreading across geography. Today we are the biggest, like the largest recyclers of footwear and apparel in India. And we are working in the EU also. We are trying to expand our horizon. And all that started when I was 19, when I thought I challenged the assumptions that, what a waste of shoes. Can we do something better about it? And this is where we have reached today. But that is not all. I am also an educator. I run a girls' boarding school known as Heritage Girls' School, Udaipur. And we have the likes of Dr. Kiran Bedi, who are on the board of the school. And Kiran Bedi is a person, if you're walking with her, in 100 meters, she'll give you 10 ideas. She's that kind of a person. And I'm very happy that lot of us come to this crossroad that should we manage a family business or should we do a startup? But I'm happy that, I was able to balance both. So our school has a very professional team. The school is running on its own. I can focus. I can give these kind of talks. I can inspire people. My goal is, even if one person out of this entire room gets one idea from what I'm talking, that will make all the difference. So this school is also on the same island that I live in, and we have students from Ladakh, Shillong, all geographies. And I can say the day I'll be successful in education is when I see Nobel laureates, IAS officers, maybe even a prime minister from our school, or prime minister of some other country from our school. So that is the day I can say that I've been successful as an educationist. So I've taken two key themes. One is sustainability, which is with our foundation and the Green Soul initiative, and second is education. So these are the core themes, two core themes that I've taken up in my life. These have been few learnings that I've had along the way. But there's one important learning that I've not put there, which is time management. You know, how I'm utilizing my time. So today, first 3 hours is TEDx, but it doesn't mean I'll go home and sleep. You know, next 3 hours there'll be certain different thing that I'll be doing and so on. So you have to manage your time really well. I think people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Mukesh Ambani, they do their time, you know, time is like 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, what they're doing, and next 30 minutes, they're doing something else. So the entire day is so productive. You can see, you know, the huge difference that they're able to make. So these have been few learnings that I've had. One is start early. There'll never be a perfect start. You can't wait for everything to be right to start. You have to start with what you have and things will come. It's like a puzzle. You can start with just one block, but you can make sense of the entire puzzle only when you complete it. So, you know, start early. Don't wait for the perfect start. Second learning is there's no straight path. It's a proven scientific theory also. Maybe you can, you know, try it at home. If you roll a ball on a straight line versus a curved, you know, a curved surface, it's counterintuitive, but the one on the curved surface will reach faster. So the, you know, zigzag path helps you reach your goal faster. There are a lot of learnings, and this is the way life teaches you. You know, it gives you the, you know, you can say the, you know, it gives you the problem first and the answer later. And the more successful you have to be, the more problems you have to solve. I can't be like, you know, I solved some problems today and tomorrow I can relax. No, if I have to grow, life will give me bigger problems. And, you know, so I can solve them, I can learn, I can move forward. So these are very practical learnings. I think as you grow, you'll make sense of what I'm saying today. You have to try again and again. I haven't met anyone who's successful and on the first trial they were successful. There was a person who failed at his first store, and today there are 35,000 stores in the world. The company I'm speaking about is Starbucks. You know, they failed at their first store, and today you see, you know, they're in every corner of the world. So this is how you have to, you know, keep beating the odds. They say only 5% entrepreneurs succeed because it is a real test. You know, how problems are coming to you, how you're solving them, how you're evolving, moving forward. So I think it is the perseverance, direction, hard work, all of these combined, and, you know, also the guidance that you're getting, all that makes you successful. Don't burn out. I think a lot of people today they are prophesizing, you know, 10 years you work hard, a billionaire by 30. It doesn't work that way. Most of the people reach their peak when they're 50 years of age. So don't be in a hurry that, you know, by 30 I'll be here, and, you know, don't hold yourself accountable to it. Life is evolving each day. Why should you be stuck to your goals? So keep a very broad idea where you want to go, but don't fix yearly or daily timelines. I've also written a book, Lessons of a Curious Soul. I've given a copy for your library. And in that book, I've written about my journey in detail, how I got this idea. And I've also written 30 other ideas that you can take up if you know, you want to start an enterprise and so on. So this is the last slide, which is to be continued. I gave my first TED Talk when I was around 20 years old. This is my second TED Talk. I'm glad I accepted the invitation to visit this school, Sadhguru International. And maybe next talk will be at 35. And hopefully by that time our ventures would have scaled up and would need no introduction. Thank you so much.